Kiora, good evening. This is Mary Joseph live coming live from Hamilton. And yeah, new timing for a change. I normally come online at 9:30 New Zealand time, which is about 3 p.m. in India for most of you viewers. But today I'm here 6:30 just to check how things are comfortable for our dear viewers who come diligently each week to see these live sessions. So I am here in the office today for a change. Okay, I'm here in the office um, doing our first ever live session from the office. This is our Hamilton office. So you can see that's the entrance. And you can see that that's the city or the backdrop, the beautiful Hamilton city center. And I just hope my team is coming in. I can't see anybody coming in. Just give me a second. Yes, looks like the entire team is online. That's brilliant. Sounds good. So yeah, so I'm Mary Joseph. I'm a licensed immigration advisor. This is my license card. It might look, reversed in probably on YouTube, but that's my license card. You can go up and look, verify my license on the immigration advisor's website. My license number is 2018 01050. So yeah, so we come online twice a week. The two senior advisors here, licensed immigration advisors, that's myself and Arun. So I think Arun, last week I was sick. It's all this bout of flu and everything, because what happens here in New Zealand is uh, the flu is something that is quite common during winters. But then if you have a flu shot, you'll be all right. So, but I tend to get this cough towards the end of the winter for some reason, God would know. So I get this and it stays for a few days, and I cough and cough my guts out, and then I have to take some medication. So I'm out of that now this week. But this week Arun's sick, so he missed his live session on Tuesday. However, we are here to balance it out. We are here to um, be here every week so that we can help all you people who are interested to come to New Zealand with friendly and frank licensed advice, immigration advice. That's what we do. We call ourselves a friendly and frank licensed immigration advisors. So, in fact, we had since we set up the office, there have been quite a few students walking in who are basically our HIV students, and they're coming and saying hello to us because this is our first office ever in the world. So most of them are studying at Wintech, they're studying at Waikato University. So they are walking in saying hello, and they get a sense of what do you say, calling the country already home, because they know that they have a familiar face, they have a friend, they have somebody they can fall back on. In fact, today was even more what do you say, pleasant, and it was nice, where one of our students who arrived just yesterday, last evening, from Sri Lanka, walked into our office, and they said it was like saying, hi, this is reporting to Judy. So they walked in and say, okay, we've come to New Zealand and we have come to say hello to you. We haven't gone anywhere else. They haven't even gone to college and reported over there. They came straight to us to say hello, and it was amazing to see that they found that comfort with us. And that's exactly what we are here for, to provide that comfort. We are here, we have set up this office to be able to show our students that we are going to take care of you once you're here, which is when the drama starts. As soon as you get onto the flight and reach New Zealand, that's when the actual drama starts. And we are here to support you. We are here to support all our students. And these live sessions are mainly for HIV students who are planning to come to New Zealand and would like to talk to a licensed advisor, because at the moment we just have 3 licensed advisors based in New Zealand, and it may not be we may not be accessible at all times to you. And that is the reason we come and do these live sessions, so that you can talk to us, ask your questions. And any new viewers who'd like to come in and also work with us, this is a platform where you can clarify all your doubts and concerns before you sign up with us. So that's how it is, and that's my usual spiel before we got started. Sorry, I got a little delayed today. I had to drive up to Auckland to drop off a client's file at the immigration Dropbox. It was like I was out of here and be back in about 3 hours, and I was back on time to do this live session. So I'm very excited and pumped to do this for the first time here from the Hamilton office. So I'm I'm happy. Guys, you can start asking your questions. I see my beautiful team on backup, and I see Catherine, Nisha, all the advisors come in. A few of our inquiries and clients have also come in. That's great. Looks like everybody is just saying hi. Hi, guys. Thank you very much, Sylvester. Cyril says hi. Thank you so much. This is surprising. Facebook seems to be throwing up some statuses of each of these people who are commenting. I see Sylvester Cyril's what do you say, status of the group is milestone follower. Very nice, interesting. And there's another one. Jeffin John says hi, and he's an anniversary follower. I really need to read up what these are, because I know that there is another one which says top fan for those people who post most of the posts and most of the what do you say, I think if you like and comment something, you have a status which says top fan. So I'm going to read up more about this. And but then looks very interesting statuses it shows for each of these people. Anyways, we'll have to just wait till the questions come in. In the meanwhile, I'm just going to quickly check if my team is pinging me about something. Okay, they seem to be all right. They're quiet. If they're quiet, that means I'm doing a good job. Right, so cool. Right, so some questions have come in, so we'll get started. Also, before I get in some ground rules for the session, okay. All AJV students, you start with saying, "Hi, I'm an AJV student. My name is whatever," and XYZ, and please mention your advisor's details if you have that handy, because you would, if you're talking to somebody, you would remember who you're talking to. So please mention so that I can quickly check back with my team and then give you the answer immediately. And if you're watching this live session for the first time, please start with saying, okay, I'm not working with AJV, but I'm interested to, and leave your contact details. I'm sorry, I won't be able to answer questions that are specific without a contact detail, because it's only fair that, so what happens sometimes, these sessions get disconnected. There is a technical problem, or sometimes simply we cannot discuss a very critical kind of a concern. It's easy for me to pick up. In fact, a couple of weeks ago, there was some person who had asked a question. I missed it. But then after the session, I immediately picked up the phone and spoke to him, and he's already started working with us now for his student visa process. So that is important. It's like if you leave your number, it's easy for us to get back to you just in case there is a problem or we need to talk, and also connect to an advisor immediately. Also, Immigration New Zealand says, give all the information when you file. Only then you will get timely outcome. This is also like that. Give me all your details, and then you will get a proper response and on time. Okay. So let's jump in. We've got some questions coming in. Just a quick caution, I've got this bad bout of cough as well, so I could keep talking and it'll strain my throat and I might start coughing. So I'm asking for an excuse before itself. I've got my warm water here to help me through, so hopefully we'll not have that trouble. Okay, so let's get started. We have another anniversary follower there, apparently status. It's who's Hussein Mohammed, who says, I've already tried via your firm, but the course fee is very expensive. Can you help me out to find a school for masters? That's interesting. Hussein, first of all, I must tell you, you don't have not left your number. I'm going to quickly check with my team. Team, can you please tell me who has spoken to Hussein Mohammed in the past? Because if he's already in touch with us, we should have him on our database. So if you can quickly pull up and tell me what the concern would have been for Hussein to not proceed through us, it'll be good for me to address his question. But Hussein, I must tell you something. I think we need to do a proper round of counseling, first of all, to understand what your requirement is. Okay. Firstly, it's not, we don't decide on the fees. Okay. So there is nothing that, it's because through us a fee is expensive. No. The course fees is decided by the schools individually. Okay. And normally the fees is similar across. Like, for example, universities all have the same fees, and the government polytechnics have all the fees, graduate diploma, the fees will all be the same. So we may not be able to do much. However, we could probably counsel you again and see what exactly do you need. Do you really need a master's? The point is that to begin with, do you really need a master's to get to the goal that you're looking at? If you're looking at, say, getting to a resident visa and getting a job in the future, you don't necessarily have to do a master's. But if you're saying, no, no, I want to be able to do a PhD, but I don't have a master's, then you will have to think again and maybe do that investment. Okay, so what I'm saying is, I'm going to check with my team, and my team is actually, I think, checking. Okay, so my team says you've got an unconditional offer from AUT for food technology, and you had only 10 lakhs budget. Okay, so food technology, that's a very good and interesting program, and you said 10 lakhs budget. Okay, if okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a word with Neha after this session, and we'll see if we can get you into something else. Again, as I said, I think we need to talk to see if we can find you something else which will still be able to help you reach your goal. Okay. So, let me have a word with Neha, and if required, you and I will also get on a call and we'll sort this out. I don't think it's much of a problem. However, I will request you honestly to you will need to stretch a little bit. Okay, because the outcome for some food technologists, if you find a job in New Zealand, even being a fresher, you'll start at a 60K salary, which is approximately 30 lakh rupees if you are in India or Pakistan in that area. So that's approximately what you will be earning, just to begin with. So you should say that, okay, will I be able to earn that kind of money? Yes, the invest returns of investment is pretty high for certain programs, especially IT and food technology. The return of investment is very, very high. And I see a lot of our students being able to earn that money they have spent within the first year and a half. Okay. So let's take a lot of things into consideration and have a nice proper conversation, and I'm sure we'll come up to a mutually agreed um, plan. So we'll talk about it, and don't worry about it, we'll sort that out for you. Okay, sounds good. Next comment, we have Sylvester Cyril is laughing out loud. I wonder for what. It'll be nice if you can share your joke with us, because it looks like you're laughing out loud. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll and check for the next question. Okay, Prashant Chauhan says, "Is graduate diploma in highway engineering level 7 can allow spouse?" Okay, this question is definitely not clear. What do you mean by allow spouse? Okay, I'm sure you're saying, can your spouse come along? Yes, your spouse can come along pretty much on every program. Okay, provided conditional on you meeting partnership requirements. Okay, there's a big asterisk over there. You have to meet partnership requirements, which is very complicated. Just, oh, I have marriage certificates and photos, or I have 10 kids, it will not work. Okay, even if you have 10 kids, immigration will still say prove that you have lived together. Okay, so what I'm trying to explain over here is, yes, your partner can accompany you on practically any kind of a course. However, whether your partner can work or not is the question. Okay. And that I will answer only after I know whether you are our student or you are interested to work with us, Prashant, because I have no information from my team. Team, can you tell me if Prashant is working with us? Um, Sorry, so my team tells me you are on a friend list for Catherine, but you have not had a chat with her. Okay, Prashant, first of all, I think you need to share your number. Please come back and edit your comment, leave your details, or add another comment with your phone number. I will be able to come back and answer to you that, because this is a very important thing, as a question, because a lot of people have queries about this particular program, and I'll be happy to answer that. However, I think you will need to leave um, your phone number for me to be able to come back and answer that. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the next question now. Next is Thinesh Kumar says, okay, Thinesh Kumar's status says follower. Good. So looks like Thinesh, you need to come often on to this group and follow us. Yeah. Okay. Thinesh says, is NZ offering 3 years post-study work permit, or it depends on the level? Okay, Thinesh, again, very interesting question. You have not left me your details, neither you've told me if you're working with us already. If you can please leave another comment with your number, I'll be able to come back and answer that question for you. Thank you. Okay, next one is Azra Iftikhar Hassan, who says, I'm a teacher, 4 years, 4.5 years experience, qualified in AMI diploma in English teaching, ticket, and presently following BEd. Okay, migration opportunities available. Okay. Azra, I think what we must do in your situation, best is for you to send us an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Please send your queries there and send your CV. And if you're married, of your spouse, I will be able to assess that and get back to you. One note I would like to mention here specifically is I know a lot of you are concerned that there are a bit of delays for us to respond with your assessments. First of all, a big apologies. There's been a bit of a delay from my side in responding to queries which have come to the immigration advisor. Last entire week I was sick and there were a lot of other things happening. However, there's a promise that you will get your assessments within the 24 hours of you filling in an assessment form that we are now forwarding to all the inquiries. Okay. So, because what happens is there are some important details in the assessment that we need, even in the basic assessment. A lot of them even do not mention their date of birth. Okay, they do not mention their marital status. It often becomes very difficult, and then there's a lot of back and forth emailing to eventually do the assessment and send it to you. Um, so as soon as you send us your first email, we will send you the link for the assessment, send it across, fill and send it, attach the CVs in the assessment, and I promise to get back to you within 48 hours. And after which if you still don't get a response, please come up onto our group and you can leave a message. Uh, I will ensure that all the assessments are cleared within 48 hours of you filling on the online form, on the Google form that we share. Okay. So that's a promise from my side. I will ensure that it's done. Right. Oh, so then moving on, Azra, please fill that in, send me an email to immigration advisor, advisor with SER, not SOR. Okay. Send it to that ID and I will get back to you immediately. Okay. Thank you. Okay, Carol Pereira. Hi, Carol. How are you? It's been a while that we said hello. Give us a call and say, I know you've moved to South Island somewhere, but just give us a call and say hello. It's been a while, and I hope your family is well. Okay, so the next one is Danisha Jayavardhana. Okay, so Danisha says, Hi, my husband has bachelor in software and master's in networking, and your question is incomplete. Okay, Danisha, you'll have to come back, finish your question, and leave your contact details. Okay, you say that can he do postgraduate in computing at EIT? Um, okay, that's a very good question. Can you please come back and leave your details so that I can answer that for you? Thank you, Danisha. Hussein says, Thanks for your reply. You're welcome. Don't worry, Hussein. We'll sort it out. Okay. An AJV student, you will never go disappointed. Okay. So we'll ensure that we find a solution for you. Don't worry about it. Okay. Next is anniversary follower Mithun says, Sorry. Hi, ma'am. I've got a welcome guide from Virginia, but it doesn't say anything about the documents I should carry along. I don't know whether I missed while reading. Could you please tell me or ping me the important documents to be carried while traveling? Okay, Mithun, what we'll do is Virginia will reach out to you and have a quick call, Skype call with you. And I think you will need to wake up a bit early tomorrow and schedule a Skype call with Virginia somewhere about 7 a.m. in the morning. Have a word with her and she'll take you through all that. Uh, there's no big problem about it. Okay, birth certificate, of course. Get all your academic certificates, of course, your passport. Bring all the original certificates. Don't leave anything because it's all important. You don't know what you'll require tomorrow when you apply for a resident visa. All you know is, Fania, you'll finish your course, you'll pick up a job just like this, and then you'll have to apply for resident visa, and then you won't have these jobs. Just carry everything along. I'd say carry everything that starts from your birth, everything related to you, because if you have to get anything from India, it's going to be really a pain. Okay, so I would suggest just carry all documents related to your background. It won't weigh too much also. So just bring everything, and if there's anything required later, we can always follow up on that from with your parents and stuff like that. But have a chat tomorrow with Virginia. Send her an email. Let her know that I've asked you to schedule a call. We don't normally don't do this, but I know you've gone through a lot. Waiting for the admission 3 months, and then your visa took a bit, and I think you need a little bit of pampering. So we'll ensure that tomorrow you get some time with Virginia to have a word with her, and you can clarify any doubts you have. Okay, but you'll have to do it early by 7 a.m. tomorrow India time. Okay, I will let Virginia know about it as well. Okay, talk to you soon, and we hope to see you. But you're going to Christchurch, no? No worries, we'll make a trip very very soon. Okay, next question is from Brandy. That's a very interesting name. We need something like that for a cold winter evening. Right. So he says, "Hi, I'm an AJV student under Miss Anne D'Souza." Okay. Anne is quite a popular visa officer at the moment for us. Yeah. So my question is regarding interview from IO. Is the officer going to call a New Zealand officer or local from India? Since my application was lodged by AJB, I'm waiting for a call from last 22nd July visa date. Thank you very much. Okay. First of all, we do not have control as to where your application will be processed. Number one, even if you file from India, there's a possibility the application will come to an office onshore, or it could be processed in Mumbai. At the moment, there are only two offices that is doing processes for student visa application. That's the Palmerston North office here in New Zealand, which is onshore, and the offshore office, which is Mumbai. So depending on where it's allocated, you'll get a call. So at this stage, because you've just filed it about a month ago, I'd say, sorry, if the visa officer is allocated by this time, the immigration officer, you would have got a call. Okay. However, Immigration New Zealand is taking about 4 to 6 months for a visa process. Okay. So you will need to stay patient and prepared. That is very, very important. Don't, become very relaxed saying, okay, there's a lot of time. Suddenly the application might get allocated and you will get a call. What we have seen over the past few months, Brandy, is our applications are all decision ready. So when it gets allocated, the decisions actually come through within 10 or 15 days. The delays is because your applications are in the queue, there is a delay only in that part. But as soon as an application is getting allocated to an immigration officer, we seem to get decisions quickly. So you will need to be prepared at all times. That's simple as that. All you know is Immigration New Zealand speeding up the processes, and suddenly they allocate an immigration officer. You shouldn't be caught in thinking, oh, you know what, I was not expecting a call this early. Okay, so please be prepared. I'm certain my team has already trained you for the interview, and have a lot of students tell us, "Oh, madam, I'm already having my SOP in my pocket." No, it should be here in your head. Just be comfortable though. You need to be comfortable, and it shouldn't look like you've by hearted all the answers. You should genuinely know your answers, what you're supposed to ask, what the immigration officer asked you. Okay, so that's what I could say. Okay, just be prepared, and it is taking a while. That's another fact as well, so please also be patient. Thank you very much. Okay, next question we have. Okay, Varun Garg has tagged somebody else, so that's good. Sylvester Cyril comes back and says, what about engineering students ROI? Oh, that is also very high. Return on investment for engineering students also is pretty high, because again, that's anybody who's in the long-term skill shortage, the return of investment is quite high. Yeah, it's because obviously because the jobs are available, and you don't have any New Zealanders who are competing for those opportunities. So they definitely, that's what it means when you're on the long-term skill shortage list. That means there are no New Zealanders to fill that position, and Immigration New Zealand has made that list saying, migrants, please come on in and um, uh, what do you say? Apply for these positions because they're readily available. Sylvester, you're asking me a lot of questions, but you're not giving me a number. Oh, you're saying you're an AJV student. Let me just cross check with my team. Just give me a second, please. Team, can you please quickly tell me if Sylvester is working with us? He's quite active on the chat, so let us help him with his questions. He seems to be quite curious about certain things. Okay. Um, Faraz Hashmi says hello from Pakistan. Hi, Faraz. Thank you so much for coming in and watching this live session. Denisha says, is there any rule that we have to pass our masters with all B grade to obtain a 3 years post-study work visa? Denisha, the answer is yes and no. Again, I will answer to that. If you can you please come back and leave me your contact details? You seem to be missing that each time. Can you please come back and the reason I said there's a yes and no, because there is a catch over there. So can you come back and please leave me your phone number so that I can answer that question for you? Thank you. And team, can you also check if Denisha is already working with us, please? Great. Next question is Jason John. who says, is it possible for me to do a 1 year postgraduate diploma level 8 in New Zealand after one PG in India? Any visa issue on one PG after the other? Okay. Jason, very, very interesting question and an important one. And I'm sure a lot of other viewers watching this live session also have the same question. Um, it looks like you're already talking to one of my team members who's Ruben. Jason, you should say I'm an AJV student. Next time when you ask a question, please start with that because you don't know. We might even give you a red carpet, welcome if you do that. Okay, so ensure that you always start with saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm an AJV student." That's the best way to start a question. Okay, so yes, it is possible to do a level 8 program after you've done a master's here. Okay, I'm sure my team would have assessed your situation and then given you the program accordingly, as long as we're able to justify why. Okay, there are instances where somebody has studied a master's, say about 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, doing another master's makes sense. And there's so many people, master's or a PG diploma, doesn't matter. I'm sure we will present your case in the right manner to immigration advice, indicating why you're doing another postgraduate program. Okay, so I think you'll be all right if my team has advised you another PG. That's the way to go. Don't worry about it. Okay, and we have seen many number of cases coming with a similar kind of a profile. Don't worry about it. I have seen people coming for another bachelor's for that matter, a second bachelor's. So yeah, so don't worry about it. Okay, right. Next question. Okay, Faraz comes back and says, I want to do a bachelor's in New Zealand. Can you please give me a piece of information about studying in New Zealand and what about opportunities we can get it? Faraz, can you please come back and leave your phone number because sorry, I think you're not in touch with my team because my team has not commented anything against your name. So looks like you're not in touch with any of us. So can you please leave me your details and I can give you a quick brief about bachelors, and also if you can mention what kind of bachelors you're looking for, I'll be able to elaborate your question. Okay. Right. Next question, Yogesh Magar. What is the chance of getting PR if someone is studying level 8 postgraduate in international rural development 1 year program? Very interesting. Rural development. Okay. Um, Yogesh, I don't know what kind of a background you're coming from. Okay, number one. Second of all, I'm just quickly checking if you're already okay, is it? Oh, so you're Umesh. Okay, Umesh, not Yogesh. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so it looks like you've already signed up with us. You're talking to Neha, so that's great. Um, Please continue to talk to our advisors. They're very, very knowledgeable about the education system and the programs available. And we always give you programs that will eventually lead you to the outcome that you're looking at, the goal that you have, plus that suits your need and your profile. Okay, we will not randomly give you some program. In fact, there was somebody who came and met us today, and he basically came on behalf of his brother who's looking for a program, and he said, we have gone to so many agents who have been trying to push him into a food and beverage program where he's not interested to continue in hospitality at all. And he's really, really irritated. And that's the reason he doesn't want to talk to anybody. He lives in Bhopal and stuff like that. So I realize this is a common occurrence where, people are pushed into programs that they are not interested in just because that agent will get more commission from the school, from that particular school, or the agent only works with those particular schools. That happens quite. I've seen, I think in about 2012, I've seen nearly 20 to 30 students that, in from one particular engineering college, all being sent to a business diploma. Why? Just because no need of IELTS at that point in time, and the agent was only working with that level 7, private school. And all those kids came in here, and a lot of them visas also declined. So those people really struggled and came back to us and asked us to assist them. So then we kind of had to reconcile them and explain to them what is what, and it was quite a fight. But yeah, I'm glad you're working with us. We won't push you in any program like that. So I understand that if you're applied for rural development, you have a background in that area. So as long as you're able to find a job which is related to what you're studying in New Zealand or what you've studied in your bachelor's level, you should be all right. All you need to meet criteria is 160 points and get a 52,000 K full-time job. It doesn't necessarily have to be rural development because you studied here in New Zealand. There's not much rural happening over here. Yes, there are smaller towns that may need planners and things like that. But then if you have studied a different subject in India, you probably would be able to pick up a program in a job in that area and then apply for a resident visa. Also, I don't know what papers are there in rural development, so it's going to be very vague for me to answer this. I'll be happy to talk to you if you'd like. Um, Take my email address from your advisor, from Neha, and write to me straight away, please. I'd like to see the papers and give you a bit of direction. Maybe you're confused a bit. I'll be happy to talk to you. Take my email address from the my direct email address. Neha will share it with you, and you write to me straight away. Or you can write to immigration advisor at AJV Global. That's another email ID that I look into as well. So it'll come straight to me, and I'll be able to answer that for you. Okay. We will go through that again, and we'll ensure that you're on the right track. Okay, don't worry about it, Yomesh. Okay, next. Okay, I just got some feedback, Sylvester, about you from my team. It looks like you've got a AUT. You've got an offer from AUT for PG Diploma in Engineering. Wow, that's brilliant. What is your confusion, man? I think you're on the right track. First of all, you're on absolutely on the right track. Okay. I don't see any concerns for someone. If an engineer is continuing with an engineering program, absolutely. There's no problem at all. But if you were an engineering graduate and going to talk about applied management, then I would be concerned. Okay. I think you're on the right track, Sylvester. If you wanted to hear this from an advisor, a licensed immigration advisor, I'm telling you that you're absolutely on the right track. Don't worry about it. If you have further questions, then I'll be happy to. That's exactly what we are here for. I'll be happy to answer that. So write to me. My ID is immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Write to me straight away with your questions. We'll sort it out for you. Even if required, I'll pick up the phone and talk to you. Don't worry about it. So just send me an email and put all your thoughts down. It's important sometimes to just put it in all in writing and get it clarified at one go instead of doing so much of back and forth. Okay. So write to me, Sylvester. I'm waiting to get your email. Okay, next question. Vivek, it's a YouTube query. Thank you, Vivek, for asking a question there, because I'm reading out only the Facebook questions and my team is pasting the YouTube one. So, and you're an AJV client. Brilliant. Congratulations for working with the best education and migration agency. Yeah. Right. So, you say I've got a conditional offer from NMIT. Course started course starters 29th, sorry, December 2019. I want to postpone that date. Is it possible? You could, but I'd like to know why. Because what's happening is, with the scheme of things, even the schools don't have a lot of seats. So if you already got an offer, don't delay it. I mean, you can put your visa application in, even if it is just before the course start date. If there is any problem, we will defer it to the next intake. Okay, even after you apply for your visa, you can defer, but before the decision is made. Okay, so go ahead, don't change right now, because it's very difficult to get seats. It's easier for you to have an admission and then defer it later, but don't do that right now. Yes, you can postpone, but don't do it, because it's very difficult to get seats in the scheme of things right now, where there are a lot of delays with the visas, and even the schools are finding it difficult to place people. Okay, so don't do that right now. Just go ahead and continue with your plan, and my team will suggest you accordingly at what time you need to postpone your or defer your intake. Okay, you will be all right, Vivek. Don't worry about it. Okay, Brandy comes back and says, thank you for clarifying my query. You're welcome. That's what we are here for. Dinisha, thank you so much for your number. I see that you're from Sri Lanka, so I'm going to go back and answer your questions. Also, I think my team was mentioning. No, you're not in touch with my team. Okay, sounds good. So let me just. Denisha says, okay, Denisha, your question is there any rule that you have to pass? Okay, now this is what has happened recently in one of the universities. I think AUT has this, okay, where you have to get a certain grade to progress from a PG diploma to masters. Okay, and if you don't get that grade at that stage, then you can't progress into your masters. Okay, so you're stuck there itself. So that's why I said yes. And no is, you don't need any particular grade to get your post-study work visa. You need to pass your course. Okay, so it depends on the university. It depends on their type of grading. So AUT has this Massey has this, all the universities actually have it, where for you to progress from your PG diploma, that's the first year, to your second year, you need to have a certain grade. Okay, if you don't get that grade, they don't think you can cope with the research papers that are available in the second year. And that is the reason you'll get stuck there itself. And if you have a master's visa and you can only graduate with a PG diploma, then you're stuck there also. All these are complications. Okay, so Dinisha, I think you need to talk to us. You need to first of all understand why. And also, I think you mentioned that you want your husband to come along, or you are the or can, okay, so you're, one second, I'm going back to your questions. Yes, your husband's a bachelor in software and he wants, and master's in networking. Can he do a PG diploma from AIT, was your first question. He can study the PG diploma in AIT. However, he may not be able to support you with a work visa during that time, because that's, the program is not on the skill shortage list. So what you will be required to do is do a master's, and do a master's from EIT, which is a 1.5 year course, and it's a brilliant program with a great outcome. But if you're not willing to join him in the first year, then there's no need to do a master's. Let him do a PG diploma. So you guys will need to work out what is more important. Is it important for both of you to come together, or is it easier for him to come first, save some money, because masters will cost you more. Um, However, your masters will fetch you 70 points when you apply for your resident visa, when compared to a PG diploma, which is only 50 points. So there are a lot of things that you need to discuss here. And I request you to send me an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Let us talk about this, okay? Because as I just mentioned, we've got a lot of Sri Lankan students, and they all seem to struggle because you don't really have a lot of agencies over there. And we have a very good networking community for Sri Lankan students over here. We'll be more than happy to help you and understand what is best for you. So just send me an email, Danisha, and we will take it from there. Okay. And since I've also got your contact information, I'll leave you a message and we'll take it from there. Whenever is suitable time. I work 9 to 5 in New Zealand time. We will connect and sort that out for you. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I seem to have got mixed up with the questions now. I'll have to just quickly scroll down. Okay, we finished Brandy's comment there. Danisha's number had come, and that's when I had to go back. Okay, so next is Umesh. Okay, Umesh says, this is Umesh. Just query if someone studies postgraduate level 8 in international rural development. Okay, I think we just covered that. Okay, no problem. Next question is Rohita Rupasinghe. Can I get a work permit visa only? Rohita, this is a generic question. I'll still answer this for the benefit of the other viewers. You won't be able to get a direct work permit for New Zealand unless you have a job offer letter in hand. Okay, so that's the a straightforward answer over there. If you're interested to know your migration opportunities, please send us an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. Okay, right. Moving on. Sabina Lama says, awesome session. Thank you so much, Sabina. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah. Okay. Right. We have some more questions coming in. We'll go a little longer because I started a bit late today. I'm going to take a quick break. Okay, we've got a surprise visitor today at the office. I think you guys must say hello to them. Okay, and I'm sure you all will be very happy. So just give me a second. I'll take a quick break, and we'll have that surprise visitor come and say hello to you. Okay, just give me a second, guys.
Ah, I was hoping not to come live, but this girl dragged me from behind the office. Hey guys, hope everybody is doing well. Yeah, I have a bit of a bad throat, and which is why I have not been, coming live this week. Still trying to struggle with the throat a little bit. I think I picked up some flu, and so that's how it is. But yeah, I was sitting generally behind there and taking hearing Mary do her live session. First time we guys are coming live from our brand new office. You can see live camera of Victoria Street, Hamilton, which is one of our largest streets here in Hamilton. So we are located in the most popular street in Hamilton, and Yeah, so yeah, that's where we are, and today we had some of our students drop in, and in fact, if you guys remember, go back to the Facebook group, I was running a contest over the weekend saying, check from which movie is this particular shot. So, and one of our own students here in Hamilton actually won it. She was smart to I think use Google very effectively and crack the clues. And yeah, so she was here today and she collected her gift of a nice gift card worth $100. And so she was here and then she yeah took it up and it's become a nice hub for all our students to walk in there. I also spoke to three young students who came from India recently. They came from the state of Kerala, and the guys kept walking outside the door a few times. They kept looking in to say should we come in or not come in, and then eventually they kind of opened the door and walked in. And the first thing they say is. You know what? We keep watching your videos all the time, and they were saying that while they were still back in Kerala, one of the consulting firm through which they came to New Zealand had organized a seminar and surprise, surprise, but they were playing our videos apparently at the seminar, which is, Mary's videos and my videos and how we're explaining, about coming to New Zealand and studying and settling down. So yeah, it's very cool. And anyhow, I am going to try and answer a couple of questions while my poor colleague Mary is standing quite despondently there and just trying to soothe her throat. And I also have a bad throat, so but anyway. Hi, Mary, did you already answer Neha Jorno? From there we need to. Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, so Neha says, hello, ma'am. Well, this is definitely not a ma'am, so yeah, but I guess you were not aware that the ma'am was going to become a mister suddenly in the middle of the session. But yeah, that's the beauty of being here. We guys can kind of switch our roles, and we plan to do more interesting live sessions. We actually have a beautiful studio set up in the rear of the office, so we plan to do a lot. Today, we thought we will experiment with that live traffic scene outside our doors. But anyway, so Neha says, I'm an AGV student. Fantastic. 7 years of experience in journalism. Fantastic, Neha. Team has applied for MA Communication at Wintec for me on May 21st. After waiting for more than 2 months, Wintec replied on August 7th saying that they never received my application. Wow, that's a strange one. On reapplying, Wintec later asked for synopsis, which was submitted on August 16th. Could you please tell me how much time do they usually take for an outcome? We are very worried as my husband has to accompany me on partnership-based work visa, and both student and spouse visas are taking very long nowadays. Thanks and regards. Okay, Neha, that's quite a weird problem because I never heard of an institution completely denying that they received the application. I will ask my team and our team, especially the team leaders, Navya and Tulika, as well as Tanua. If you Tanua is our country manager in India, Navya and Tulika are our team leaders who actually manage these teams, which do the admission and visa processes. And all three of them, Tanua, Navya, and Tulika,